They're going to let illegal immigrants vote. There will be no challenge to who these voters are. So this is why I use that analogy. You're going to have Republicans with, let's say Republicans have 100 votes. Democrats, in the end, they'll say 110. Democrats will then look at the Republicans and say 110. Republicans will go, oh, you got me. Throw their cards away. And then Democrats will flip over to reveal, oops, 20 of these were actually non-citizens who illegally voted. We win anyway. My point is, no one's going to check. They're going to, let me pull this up right here. HAVV, you guys remember this one? The Help America Vote Verification System? Let's pull up, here we go, June 1st, 2024. What do we have here? Pennsylvania, 104,000. That's fascinating. 87 of them were dead. Single match found alive. We have 97,563. What is this? What is this? Here we go. 6,500 non-matches. What? How does that make sense? Let me explain to you, for those that don't know what HAVV is. This is Help America Vote Verification. I'll tell you what it's supposed to be. This is a system by which, when someone tries to register to vote, if they do not have a license or ID, they can put down their social security number. The form is then submitted to the DMV or Motor Vehicle, Administration, whatever you call it, MVA, DMV. They then take those forms, and if there's no ID, ask the Social Security Administration if the number exists matching the name. The SSA then logs how many they get. In 1 week, Pennsylvania got 104,250 voter registration attempts with no ID. 6,582 did not match a social security number. So who tried registering to vote without a social security number? Let me stress that again. 6,582 people in 1 week who don't have social security numbers tried to register. Who are these people? The dead ones I get. Let's play the game. HAVV says, and this has been an ongoing scandal, it's never been addressed. What is HAVV? They outright say that states are required to verify the driver's license number against the MVA database. Only in situations where no driver's license exists may the state verify the last 4 digits of the social security number. The state submits the last 4 SSN name, date of birth to the MVA for verification with the Social Security Administration. In addition, SSA is required to report whether the person is deceased. Only in situations where no license exists may the state verify. They say the state must submit the applicant's name, date of birth, last 4. So they say when an applicant for voter registration does not have a driver's license, the state may request a verification. Nowhere does it say they are allowed to do voter roll cleanup with old registration forms, which they've archived, and existing people in their database to SSA for voter roll cleanup. Many have argued the number it must be so high because, because they're cleaning up their voter rolls. Okay, let's play this game. Pennsylvania, one of the most important states, 6,582 people did not match the SSA database. That would imply these people don't have social security numbers. So people without social security numbers, 6,500 in 1 week tried to register to vote. I got some questions here. Now let's play this game. No, Pennsylvania is simply doing voter roll cleanup. They're doing voter roll cleanup. That means on their voter rolls, there were 6,582 people who were registered to vote who didn't have IDs and didn't have social security numbers. That's even crazier. I don't buy it. So the question is, why are there 100,000 people without IDs trying to register to vote? We don't know. Now, when you get a work permit, you get a tax ID number, you get what's effectively a social security number. The fear here that these people are non-citizens being registered to vote through federal programs. West Virginia sued, saying we will not accept registrations in West Virginia from people who are registered by the federal government, because that's what Biden's been doing since 2021. 203,000 is the total number. Missouri had 19,000. 1,654 didn't match. Makes no sense. Take a look at Maryland. 2,618 attempted registrations, 2,534 had no match. Who are these people trying to register to vote who aren't in the Social Security Administration's database? And who's paying attention to it? Illinois had 9,000. Same problem. 1,392 didn't match. Georgia with 6,000. What is this? Arizona with 29,000. I got to tell you, the big concern here is that there is an unprecedented attempt to register illegal immigrants or even just, permanent residents who have no right to vote so that Democrats can win. I have no idea. We don't know exactly what is going on. What we can say is this has never been answered for. It's never been accounted for. We can jump back. Let's go to not the 18th. Let's go to May 4th. Because Texas's numbers have always been wild. Texas that week only had 7,000, but take a look at this. North Carolina with 74,000. Very interesting. Here's Missouri with 68,000. 4,000 didn't register, and 419 were dead. Missouri said it's voter roll cleanup. Well, first, perhaps, but that would mean they are exploiting the game. HAVV is not supposed to be used in this way. It says it on their own website. Okay. It's not against it's not against the rules. It's just not explicitly stated, sort of. So they're just doing it. That's what I'm talking about, exploitation and angle shooting. Who's doing this and why? Now, I don't buy it for a second. Why? How would it be possible that there are 4,107 people registered to vote in Missouri who don't have IDs and are not in the SSA database? I don't buy it. What does make sense is 4,107 people tried to register to vote for the first time without an ID, and they are not in the SSA database. Now, to be fair, it's important to mention that some of these may be that they wrote the number down wrong. Their date of birth was inputted wrong, and so non-matches could come back because someone made a mistake. I do not believe that we are really seeing 8% of these applications, people typoing their names or numbers. Take a look at this. In North Carolina, with 74,000 registrations, 30,000 came back with no match. Bullish. I do not believe for a second 31,000 people accidentally wrote down the wrong number. Who are these 30,000 people with no ID and no Social Security number? I want to know. We're not getting answers. I think the Republicans need to be investigating this. They ain't doing it. So, my friends, good luck. People think Trump is going to win. They're excited for Trump going to win. But if you're not paying attention to what the game actually is, then you lose. I think we need to call on Republicans to get answers for this. Because if we don't, you may end up with 1 million plus illegal immigrants voting, and no one is going to check because it's so granular and so massive. How would you do it? I say this, good luck. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up at 4 p.m. on this channel. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.